kick things off, I was going to start with one of the questions that was sent to us from a Kunik member who is not able to join live, but sent in a question. And she asked, I'm due for a promotion and a comp increase. I actually got a tiny promotion, which will be effective on August 1st, but my leadership has made it crystal clear that raises will be few and only under very special circumstances at the moment. I made the case that this is not merit or annual based raise, but a role change and promotion that deserves a raise. No. Last I heard was, we'll see. And I certainly understand our current economic environment and have low expectations, but at the same time, I deserve it. And I'd accept a token for now just to acknowledge all the hard work I did to get here. What are your thoughts?
So this is hard, and
I gave you a tough one to start. I did.
This is definitely a tough one, and this is just one person's opinion. I definitely think seek out other people's opinions. But you know, stepping back with more of a bird's eye view, the companies that have been able to retain their employees, you know, looking at it from and being someone also that owns companies, looking at it from like an executive level position, there's so much strain going on being able to retain people, being able to figure out the financial future and deal with just that kind of collective anxiety of being able to keep the business afloat. So the struggle is real at all levels. And I think that's really important to keep in mind because, you know, prior to COVID, the feeling like the unfairness and the equity and all of that stuff, you know, definitely was big and real and all of that. Right now, under these circumstances, it's important to consider that the way things were and the way we acknowledge people, it's just not the same. And where your manager, your leader before might have been more mindful and keeping up on it, not only are they dealing with managing teams and the financial health of the company, they're also dealing with the stress of COVID just in their own lives too. So your needs might not be forefront, where before there might have been more, hopefully more attention to that. So my first recommendation is if you feel slighted and, you know, again, you're doing a different job, you're doing more work, you deserve more pay, absolutely. It does fall on you at this time to speak up. And maybe the money is not there right now, and it makes sense that the money wouldn't be there right now if they're saying, you know, we're not doing raises. But speaking up and being tactful about it when you do approach this conversation, but speaking up about like, okay, I totally get right now it can't happen, but let's talk about a timeline, just so I can manage my own expectations. And I think coming from that angle, like, hey, help me manage my own expectations about when I can be compensated fairly for this promotion and the extra responsibilities. I think that's a way to approach it. And again, not coming at it like, give it to me now, which it sounds like you're not, but coming up with a reasonable timeline. Also keeping in mind that timeline might not be met because we don't know what is going to happen over the next couple of months, next year, whatever.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I like that idea of setting the expectation and coming up with, of course, everybody's timeline for everything is all thrown off right now, but at least keeping it as an ongoing conversation that way.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think the expectations before and it's hitting everyone at every level.